Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I heard somebody say good morning. That inspired me. Thank you. Welcome back to the final day of the 36th annual meeting of the Society for Scholarly Publishing. And I hope you all had a great day yesterday. I know it was a little crowded in spots. The board's very aware of that. We're going to be upgrading some things for the next meeting in D.C. to make sure that everybody's comfortable. I appreciate everybody cooperating and working together to make sure that people could see and hear as best as possible. If you're speaking today, please make sure you speak up, because there are a lot of people at the back of the room, and we want to make sure they hear just as much as the people at the front. And again, get to sessions early so you get a good seat and have the best experience possible. Today we have, at lunch, there are luncheon round tables. And there's a list of the tables that are available in your packet. There's also going to be a poster out in front of the room listing which tables will have discussion groups. Please join those. You'll have fun talking to people about various topics and learning. And we have a new addition, a new table, getting involved with SSP. And a lot of you stood up yesterday showing that you should get involved with SSP, that it is now your time to. So I expect that to be a very crowded table. But actually, very encouragingly, I've had a lot of people come forward to me, to others, asking about it, and we just had the mentoring breakfast this morning, and Alice Meadows and Howard Ratner and other people talked about how rewarding it is, actually, and how you can stretch by volunteering for committees at SSP, because it's a safe way if you are currently in a certain role in your organization and you want to see what it's like to work in another role. Go and volunteer for that group, and you'll start to get to know people who work in that area, and you'll stretch and grow and become more of a generalist, or maybe find something else you want to do with your career, and it's a great way to do it, a very safe zone to do that in. So thank you for your attention about that, and please do that. I wanted to start this morning by reading a quote from the CEO of Bloomberg News. Come on. Technology is disrupting every distribution platform. Consumers are redefining decades of consumption habits. Seizing the opportunity will require long-term investment and a large appetite for transformation, risk, as well as a tolerance for intermittent failure. And I think our speakers today are going to talk to this in a different way, because in their world, libraries are distribution platforms. And it's an interesting way to abstract out what's going on in their particular world. So we have two wonderful speakers today. We have Dan Cohen, who spoke to us a few years ago in Washington, D.C., when he was at George Mason University. And he is now the director of the Digital Public Library of America. He's celebrating his one-year anniversary in that role, and he'll be talking to you about that. And Jill Cousins, on my left, on your right, Executive Director of the Europeana Foundation. And like Chris Lynn taught yesterday, she's right off a jet from Moscow to one night in Amsterdam, so she could sleep in her own bed, and then straight here. So we have a wonderful speaker we've heard before, but in a different role, so I'm looking forward to an energetic and wonderful speech from him. And we have a slightly sleepy British person, and if Chris Lintott's any indication, she's going to do great. So Dan and Jill will be talking about how national and international digital libraries are creating new avenues for research, generating new ways of aggregating and presenting scholarly materials, and presenting new challenges and opportunities in collection development. Dan is the founding executive director of the Digital Public Library of America. Prior to this, he was professor of history and the director of the Roy Rosenzweig Center for History and New Media at George Mason University. Jill is executive director of the Europeana Foundation and director of the European Library, a vertical content aggregator for national and research libraries in Europe. We are very lucky today to have these excellent speakers, and so please join me in welcoming them. They're going to be doing a back and forth kind of thing. So it's a little bit kind of a two-headed plenary, and we look forward to hearing what they have to say. So welcome.